at the end. The last 15 minutes we will allocate to our Q&A sessions. Okay. If I'm going little fast as well, just let me know so that I can slow down a bit so that the concepts are more clear to you, everyone. Yes. So can I have thumbs ups at your end, everyone? Hope I'm clear. Yep. Great, 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 great. Thank you so much. Chalo, let's start with company law. So, what is this company law? And let me tell you the very, very important part about. Yeah, give me a moment. Yes. So, what is company basically? Yes, let's first decode the definition of our company. Then, slowly and steadily, we will understand what exactly the company stands. What are the several features or the characteristics of the company, and how a company is very much different from any partnership or any HUF. Yes, then we will see what are the types of companies. Yes, several types of companies right now that we are having. Okay, then we are going to see how a company can get incorporated. Yes, there are certain small what we might say these steps that include for to register a company, any company we might say. Okay, so first what are we going to do is we are going to see the definition of company. Yes, so in a layman's term or not in a very legal manner, what might be the company? Yes, there are certain people who have a very like mindset ki baba I also want to do this particular sort of business, some other is also interested into it, and this 3 4 people come together so that they can do that particular business, the objective with what they came basically. Yes, exactly. And out of which, exactly, Akash, out of which that business they think that they will earn the particular profit. So this is a very basic terminology of any company. But then there under Companies Act 2013, we have a proper definition. Yes, so what is that definition? So as per section 2 subsection 20 of Companies Act, what the company means? A company means a company which is incorporated under this act or under any previous Companies Act. Means what? Why they might have, what do you think that why they might have used this term as in previous companies law or previous Companies Act? Why do you think so? Ki what that exactly previous means? Exactly, exactly. So if you can understand, there were many amendments. Yes, there were many amendments to the company. Am I company law exactly? Yes. So we have seen several amendments from 96 to 2000, then 2013, then in 90s also there were certain amendments to the law, to the act actually. So क्या ये होगा कि if the company which is registered let's say in 1996, okay, but right now so we are uh, going or we are actually taking into the consideration that is company law 2013. So any company which is registered in 1996 will lose its registration just because now we are following Companies Act 2013. Yes, Akash is saying no. Anybody else who might have a different opinion on this? What do you think? Will that company which is registered in 1996 will lose its registration because we are following Companies Act 2013? No, exactly. Yes, you both are right. Why no then? Why no? Can we say this is because of the definition as well? That's what the definition wants to tell us. That a company means a company which is registered under this act, which means right now that act which we are following, and under any previous Companies Act. So, whatever the amendments are done or whatever the act was earlier, in that also, even if the company has been registered, still we are following 2013 ka company law. Still, the company would be said as the company because it won't lose any status of registration or any status of company. So always understand. uh, so as a small question that I wanted to ask, or whenever any there is a there is a dispute between a company and some other third party. So have you seen how the particular, the file, the complaint has been filed? What is the name against whom the complaint is filed? Who can tell me whether
मैम
it was?
पार्टिकुलरली कंपनी,
Yes, so sorry.
मैम कंपनी के नाम पे ही केस फाइल
कंपनी के
होता है।
नाम पे, हाँ करेक्ट है। फिर क्यों हम कंपनी के नाम पे करते हैं इसको?
मैम क्योंकि कंपनी और मेंबर्स जो होते हैं कंपनी के वो सेपरेट आइडेंटिटी होते हैं इसलिए।
Yes. So always understand, whenever we are registering any company, that company becomes an artificial person, or it becomes a complete separate legal entity. Now, whenever a company becomes a separate legal entity, means what? He has its own identity, means the company has its own identity. So this, because of this, basically the company can sue in its own name. Yes, can buy the properties in its own name as well. So but when this company is going to get this authority, only and only when the company is going to get themselves registered as per these sections, section 3 to section 7, to not 7 actually, till 9 we might say, section 3 to section 9 of Companies Act. There they have completely mentioned the process of registration. According to that process, whenever any company registers themselves under Companies Act 2019, which automatically or which obviously says that now the company is registered or incorporated, and now this particular company has formed themselves as a separate legal entity. So what this exactly separate legal entity is, we will discuss more to this, but by far understand this: whenever company registered under Companies Act 2013, every company, every such company will be said as a separate legal entity. Okay, now let's see certain scenarios. So there are certain government companies and there are statutory companies. So what is this government and statutory? Hope I'm not fast. The pace is proper for you all, or should I be little slow? So sorry, can anyone just let me know? Am I proper? Is this
यस
space
मैम,
proper for you?
यस मैम,
Yes.
यस।
Okay, चलो, मैं फास्ट नहीं हूं ना? इफ
नो
आई एम
मैम।
फास्ट मुझे बता देना, रोक देना, डोंट वरी। ओके, चलो, थैंक यू एवरीवन, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच। ओके, नाउ टेल मी कि एक गवर्नमेंट कंपनी है और एक स्टैट्यूटरी है, तो व्हाई वी आर डिफरेंशिएटिंग अ गवर्नमेंट कंपनी एंड अ स्टैट्यूटरी कंपनी? कैन अ गवर्नमेंट कंपनी आल्सो बी अ टाइप ऑफ कंपनी? यस, yes, yes. A government company will always be a type. Exactly. But in this case, always understand, the government company will always hold what? The 51% shares into it. Yes, where there is any company, and when any company is having a 51% share in that a company, let's say there is a company, and in that a company the particular government is holding how much percent of shares? 51% of shares. Then this particular company is said to be as a government company. Now what becomes a statutory company or a statutory corporation, we might say? Sorry. Yes, again, is there a
मैम
difference
जैसे,
between? Huh. Yes, yes, sorry, continue Akash.
मैम जैसे जो बेसिकली फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन होते हैं, पीएफआईज होते हैं, हाउसिंग बैंकिंग होती है, बैंकिंग कंपनीज होती है, वो
Ji.
पर्टिकुलरली किसी एक्ट के थ्रू बनाई जाती है, तो वो होती है
Correct.
स्टैट्यूटरी कंपनी।
Yes, particular statute, the same thing I think Chetana is also saying. Akash जो कह रहे हैं वही चेतना भी कहना चाह रही है कि yes, which is established or done under a particular statute as a corporation, right? So we have several banks which are being established under a particular statute. So that is particularly known as a statutory corporations and a government company. Now the government company will be held by either a central government or either by a state government, or they may jointly also held a particular company. But in case of statutory corporations, what will happen? Any such company which is formed under a particular statute, so LIC, SBI, they all have their particular own statutes. Again, there are certain what we might say special acts, we say them as a special acts. Any company which is formed under a special act, so I think airport authorities is also governed under a special act. Yes, so all the complete airport is governed under an act which is known as Airports Authority Act. So now that is governed under that particular act, so that's said to be as a statutory corporation because it is falling under the state legislature. Yes, that is falling under the state legislature. Then tell me, is there any difference between any partnership act and any company? So a partnership firm and a company, are they different? Yes, anybody? Okay, I think someone has pinned. I'm so sorry. Yes. Why the partnership and company are separate? Why do you think they are separate? They are two different things.
मैम दोनों के एक्ट अलग हैं।
जी हाँ, हाँ जी, दोनों के एक्ट अलग है। और
और मैम पार्टनरशिप किसी भी एक मेन मोटिव के लिए बनाई जाती है। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम बात
हम्म,
करें कि हमने किसी भी कंपनी मतलब पार्टनरशिप को बनाई है, तो
हम्म,
पर्टिकुलरली उसका एम होता है। जैसे ही एम खत्म हो जाता है, फुलफिल हो जाता है, वो डिसॉल्व हो जाता है। बट कंपनी के केस में ऐसा नहीं होता।
ओके, हाँ हाँ, परपेचुअल सक्सेशन हम कह सकते हैं उसे। यस,
यस।
yes, yes. So see, there is a very vast difference between a partnership firm and a company. Okay? Now let's understand how. First of all, when the partnership comes, the partnership firm is completely established on a partnership agreement. So there is an agreement formed between the partners. Yes, based the base of any partnership is partnership agreement. Where else? Yes, the partnership did we say. But where else in case of companies, what is the base? The base is completely the Companies Act. We have to incorporate the whole company. Also, very important thing, is it mandatory to register the partnership firm, and is it mandatory to register company? What do you think? Okay, for no is for Akash, no is for no is
मैम
for
मैं
partnership.
पार्टनरशिप के लिए जनरल रूल नो है, बट अगर हम केस फाइल करेंगे तो उसके लिए रजिस्टर मैंडेटरी हो जाता
G. And Krishna is also saying company registration is mandatory. Yes. So now understand. See, whenever you want, you have to fight. Yes, Chetna. Yes, exactly. I was coming to this point only. Correct. So whenever there is any dispute, so understand, for any disputes, it is, yes, it is important that the company should be registered or a partnership firm should be registered. But partnership firms or the partnership act is saying that it is fine even whether you are not registering it, because you are giving a statute that is an agreement for that partnership. But let me tell, in certain states, can anyone tell me in which states it has become mandatory to register partnership? What are the states in which the partnership firm has to get registered? Can anybody just tell me? Again, I'll repeat the question is, what are the states in which the partnership form of registration has become mandatory? Yes, do we all know what are the states? First of all, have we ever thought that registration of partnership would be mandatory? बिकॉज अभी मैं जस्ट बता रही थी कि पार्टनरशिप एक्ट इज गिविंग एन अपॉर्चुनिटी कि नहीं भैया आपको नहीं रजिस्टर करना है कि दैट्स फाइन. But now I am saying it has become mandatory. So Akash is saying it's Delhi and Mumbai. Anyone else? Yes, anyone else? Yes, 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 yes.
मैम आई थिंक मेरे हिसाब से मैंडेटरी नहीं है, बट अगर पार्टनरशिप डीड में लिखा होगा तो मैंडेटरी हो सकता है।
Yes, in case of Maharashtra, it has become mandatory to basically, so the act is now providing that it has become mandatory to register the particular partnership firm. Now, whenever, so if you remember in the previous slide only, I have mentioned something. Whenever we are incorporating any company, the company becomes what? Company
सेपरेटली,
becomes,
सेपरेट लीगल एंटिटी।
yes, but in case of partnership, does it has an its own identity?
नो।
No. The everything. Yes, Krishna. Everything. Correct. Correct, Akash. So everything that belongs or might be held up to is in the name of partners. Yes, in the name of all the partners. In companies we have certain liabilities. Okay, we have certain liabilities means what? Can anybody tell me what shall be the liabilities? What do we mean by liability? Rather, chalo, what do we mean by liability? So now let's say whenever we
मैम,
are forming, ha, yes, Akash, so sorry, yes, yes.
मैम आई थिंक कंपनी के केस में लायबिलिटी तो यही होगी, जैसे हम लोन बोरो करते हैं
G,
किसी
G.
भी बैंकिंग से या फाइनेंशियल
Okay,
इंस्टीट्यूशन से, तो वो
okay.
लायबिलिटी पे करनी होती है हमें।
ओके ओके ओके, चलो, वन सॉर्ट लेट्स से, बट वो लाइबिलिटी पे भी करनी है, तो कैसी पे करनी है? दैट इज मेन लाइबिलिटी, राइट? सो नाउ टेल मी, whenever this some few peoples, let's say 5 4 3 2 whatsoever the number might be, people are coming together, so will that every person bring something contribution? Will the all these
नो।
people will bring certain contribution to the company?
यस, यस।
Yes. So can we say yes, exactly. So let's say there are four directors, sorry, four people. Okay, there are four people. Each of them are bringing 100, 100, 100 and 100 rupees. So how many rupees in total they are bringing? 400 rupees. Now understand, the capital of the company has become how much rupees? 400 rupees. Now, one thing that Akash right now mentioned कि let's say कल अगर कोई कंपनी लोन ले रही है या कुछ, they are taking certain things, but you have to pay. Okay, so company might have the money and everything is done, but unfortunately it happens such that the company is not able to pay the loans. ठीक है? And now they are winding up themselves. Winding up means what? Now they are in process of closing the company. Okay, the winding up doesn't mean the company is being closed, it is yet to be closed. Okay, so the company is about to wind up. Okay, so there might be many creditors. Who are these creditors? From the people from whom the company might have borrowed certain money, right? There might be creditors. Okay, now the creditor has to be paid, क्योंकि उनके पैसे दिए बिना तो हम कंपनी क्लोज नहीं कर सकते. But now tell me, when I said that every people, that there were four peoples, right? Every each of them brought how many value? What was the rupees that they brought in when they started a company? 100 rupees. Yes, 100 rupees. Now understand, whenever that particular person has to share his share in process of winding up, he is going to share only up till what limit? Up till what limit? Can anybody tell me? Yes, only up to 100 rupees. Only up to 100 rupees. Why? Why? Yes, that is known as liability, because that particular person brought a certain liability. Yes, there was a specific and a certain amount. Means what? The liability is limited to only that value that he has brought in. But in case of partnership, usually it is not so. Yes, exact opposite of company that happens along with the partnership. Means what? Majorly in India as well, the 90% of the companies are of limited liabilities. Okay. But in case of partnerships, the partnerships are usually unlimited liabilities. They are of unlimited liabilities. Yes. So now there are many such things. Now, so in case of ownership, when we talk about ownership, how the ownership is bifurcated between a partnership firm and a company. Always understand the ownership of partnership firm is always owned by the partners, whereas in case of company it will be the shareholders. Means in our example that I take, that I just gave now, that will be whom? These four people that we were talking who brought 100 rupees. Yes, those four people that they brought 100 rupees that I was just sharing with you right now. So all these four people are shareholders of the company. Yes, and they are the one who will be owing that particular company. Yes, and in case of transferring of shares, in case of company, it depends or it is bifurcated as per public limited company and private limited company. Yes. So there is a little differentiation in case of transferring of the shares. Yes. But in case of partnership, let me tell you, it is completely difficult. Okay. So the shares has to be transferred with the consent of the partners in case of partnership firm. But in case of public limited or private limited, it will be mentioned as per MOA and AOA, that is Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association. What are those? I will tell you, do not worry. Yes, so let's say any partner in case of partnership firm, if he dies or if he leaves the partnership firm, what will happen with that partnership? So let's say to basically to establish any partnership firm, at least two partners are required to establish that firm. Out of that two, one dies or let's say one leaves the company, so will the partnership firm cease to existence or it will be still there? What do you think? Will the partnership firm cease to existence? Yes, it will automatically exit. Why? It is deemed to be existed rather. Sorry, deemed to be exited rather. Why? Why? Because can a one person be can have a partnership firm? No. At least दो लोगों की जरूरत है. So either of the person leaves or dies, अपने आप the partnership firm will be dissolve. अपने आप the partnership firm will be dissolve. But in case of Companies Act, yes, minimum 2 and maximum 7 is in the case of public limited, private limited company. तो अगर 5 directors है, ठीक है, either of the director leaves or dies, क्या कंपनी बंद पड़ जाएगी? क्या कंपनी बंद पड़
नो
जाएगी?
मैम।
नहीं, क्यों?
मैम कंपनी की एग्जिस्टेंस होती है ये परपेचुअल सक्सेशन के बेस पे।
Yes, yes, right, Akash, right, Krishna. No, the company will not stop. Correct. The company will not stop doing its business. Why? Was very important point mentioned. That is, it has a perpetual succession. It has a perpetual succession. Means what? The process keeps on going. Yes, there might be a situation if the legal hair of that particular director, in case of if he is no more, is above 18, might also be included as a director, but that is very very rare wala scene. This usually happens in a HUF, not in every company, but yes, if the particular person is a director, his legal heir is director of some other company, and if he wants to join this company, so he might be able to join as a legal director, but not every time this might happen. So yes, there is a difference between partnership and a company as well. Now let's come to another type of business and company, which is known as HUF, and a company which is known as Hindu Undivided Family and a company. Now again tell me, Do you feel, is there any difference between HUF business and any company? Because both are doing business, basically. Yes, there is an again very vast difference. Yes, they are again a very vast difference. This HUF is always based upon ancestors. Yes, based upon co-partneries. What is this co-partneries? Co-partnery? What we mean by that? Who are these co-partneries?
मैम आई थिंक जैसे राजा का बेटा राधा होता है तो वही परंपरा जो चलती रहती है।
Yes, so can we say that? Yes. Yes, sort of, I might say. Yes. Yes. So, descendants of that particular person, descendants of that particular persons are known as co-partners or co-partneries jointly. Yes. So, in case of, yes, the family, the related, immediate descendant of that particular family. Correct, correct, correct. Yes, right. So they are known as co-partners. So in HUF, majorly the people who do the business or conduct the business are the co-partners. Yes, and in company there are board of directors who actually run the business. But in case of HUF, there is a person known as a karta. Yes, there is a person who is known as a karta. The whole business has been managed, function, or organized by a person known as a karta, the main member, the main, what we might say, the most aged person of the family will basically run the particular business. That is known as the karta of the family. So again, a big huge difference. Yes, the eldest man here of the particular family business. Yes, absolutely right. Yes, so he is the person. So he is the person who basically runs or manage, we might say, the family businesses. Now let's, by this I might feel that you would have understood that what is the exactly difference between this government companies, statutory corporations, then what is the partnership firm, what is company, how they both are different, then what is HUF and what is company. Hope we are little bit much of clearer to both the concepts that how they are different. Now, again, let's go back to the main characteristics of company because we are here to learn company. Correct? So, what is the main feature of company or what are the main major characteristics of any company? So, hope you remember that I have told you that whenever any company is registered or it becomes an artificial person, so it becomes a separate legal entity. Now, what happens when any company becomes a separate legal entity? What are the, what we might say, perks of becoming a separate legal entity? Now, understand, a company when it becomes a separate legal entity, he can hold a property in its own name. बराबर है, खुद के नाम पे प्रॉपर्टी ओन कर सकते हैं. Why? Because company is a complete separate legal entity. Yes. So, shares transferability, again, it depends upon the memorandum and articles of the company. Accordingly, the shares shall be transferable. Third, company will have a capacity to sue or get sued in its own name. Yes, so whenever there is any suit that any company needs to file, it is not the director who is the main complainant to the suit. It is the company represented by the director. Yes, is one that. So now here who is basically filing any complaint or any suit against the another person is the company. Might be represented by anyone, but the company, the suing name, the complainant here shall be the company because the company is a complete separate legal entity. Company can enter into the contracts in its own name, can have own licenses. Yes, They can manage the complete, so the company will be functioned and managed with the all whole some management team. Yes. Then the very important part that I want to ask, can a company dissolve themselves, I'm saying by themselves, क्या कंपनी खुद को डिसॉल्व कर सकती है? Understand, that is winding up. Whenever any company winds up, okay, the last procedure of winding up is a dissolution of company. So if you really want to understand what exactly the winding up of the company is, we have a very good course with us, that is a life course of company, where, so of course that is taken by me, so I have to flaunt my course as well. Yes, that is taken by me, where I can tell you that what are the procedures, how you can register the particular company, yes, how you will draft memorandum. Yes, Akash, that will be guided by you to the LeDroit will be the right person who will guide you upon this. Yes, so how to draft memorandum, how to draft articles of association, how are we going to draft any what we might say the board resolutions. Yes, so many things you will be able to see how the winding up procedure is and so on. Yes, there are many such things that are included in that company course as well. Yes, so that is really one of the nice course that we might be able to understand. Yes. So of course, if you want to check upon it, you can check on the on the website as well. Also on the LeDroit, also the LeDroit will also provide you and help you on the particular courses. Okay, 1 minute, Akash, let me see what you were saying. Yes, yes, yes. So there are many such things. See, in case of companies, so there is mergers and acquisition ka course as well. Only that is sticked to mergers and acquisitions, in which the due diligence has been provided, how to make a due diligence report. Yes, and many things, many statutory agreement, acquisition agreement, merger ka agreement. Many such things are involving in merger. So fortunately they have so they have made, or they have made such courses that will provide you a very good insights and very good knowledge. So they have small different courses which will give you more insights. जैसे सिर्फ mergers or acquisitions के लिए पूरा अलग है, which is just focusing how a company has to process themselves when they think of any merger or acquisition. Because हम देख लेते, कोई लोग आ जाते हैं, वो बोल देते हमने इसके साथ अक्वायर कर लिया, हमने इसके साथ मर्जर कर लिया, लेकिन बैक प्रोसेस कितना है वो भी बहुत ज्यादा. Yes, it is again taken by me. Yes, Akash. Thank you. So even that is taken by me, so it is there also. So again that is there. So this is beautifully crafted by, I might say, by LeDroit. It's amazing thing. Yes, yes, chalo. So there is one more important concept that I wanted to tell you in case of companies. So there is one doctrine, I might say, which talks about lifting of corporate whale. Whale, we know the whale, yes. So it is known as a lifting of corporate whale. So we have very beautiful cases when we talk about doctrine of lifting of corporate whale. So what is this lifting of corporate whale means, and who shall be protected under this corporate whale? Are the shareholders of the company are being protected by this corporate whale. So what happens, I'll tell you. See, so there was a company which was named as Salmon Limited. Okay, there was a company named as Salmon Limited. So this is a very beautiful and a very famous case, and I might say the precedent of lifting of corporate whale. So what happened? Let me tell you. There was this person, this banda named as Salmon. What he thought is, ki, chalo, let's set up a particular company. Okay, chalo, fine. So he thinks, what I need to make. Okay, so he says that I'll make a leather ka business. Okay, preparing a shoe, leather shoes. He says, okay, fine, chalo, great, beautiful. But then what he said that, okay, I require directors. So what I need to do, I'll do one thing. I'll ask my two sons and my wife to join me. Sons, yes, my four sons, my two daughters, and a wife. Okay, to join me. Okay, so how many of them they become? 4 plus 2 is 6, 7 and 8. 8 of them. Okay, so 8 of them was held in this particular company known as Salmon known as Salmon Limited. Then what happened? Eventually the business was going good. सब अच्छा चल रहा था, मस्त था एकदम. But फिर क्या हो गया? Slowly and steadily the company saw a downfall. ठीक है, they were not earning good profits, लोन ज्यादा हो गया था, creditors काफी ज्यादा हो गए थे, and so on. And eventually what had happened? हाँ, नहीं पैसे भी नहीं दिए और बाकी भी चीजें थी, बहुत सारी चीजें थी, हमको उस एंगल से देखना. शेयर्स तो उन्होंने ऑलरेडी दे दिए थे, बट द कंसर्न वाज द कंट्रोलिंग पावर वाज विथ सैल्मन. He had given certain shares, so let's say 50% was held by Salman and rest 50 was divided between wife, daughter and sons. So Salman was saying ki chalo, so I have divided this, so I'll function the business, don't worry karke. Then what happened is they basically went into downfall and there were a lot of creditors behind the company. So when the creditors came to say that, okay, please give our money back, of course. So if you have taken our money, you have to at most give our money back. So the rest of the people, so the wife, the daughter, and the son said, we are nowhere concerned with the loans that has been taken because the particular business has been handled by Salman. He is the one who has at most shares and he is the one basically who will give you the money. We are not liable. So what do you think? Aren't they liable? Only the Salman is liable to pay the money. Only the Salman is liable to pay the money. Yeah, all of them. 8 of them are liable to pay the money to the creditors. All. Akash is saying all. Anyone else? What do you think? Only these people are liable to pay the money? No. No. He had taken money for what purpose? To grow the business? Did he take the money for himself? No. He did not take the money for himself. All the money that he took was used in the business. Number one. Number two was all were having the shares. Any person who is holding a majority shares does not mean he is the only person who will be held liable to pay all the creditors. It is all the shareholders, 8 of you, you are liable to pay the money. Yes, so it was held that all of you, 8 complete people, all 8 directors or shareholders, we might say, are liable to pay the money, not only the Salmon. So, in this case, the doctrine, or we might say the corporate veil, was not been lifted. Yes, it was protected. Now I'll give you one more case law. So there are two more case laws in which case the corporate veil was not lifted. That is Lee versus Lee and Condola T also. But I'll tell you one case law in which the corporate veil was being lifted. So there is one person known as Andriff. Okay, and he used to work in a Ford car. Okay, so and when he was being appointed, he was appointed to a very good position. Okay, he was been appointed to a very good position, at a very nice position, we might say. ठीक है. Now, when he was appointed to a good position where he is able to know the secrets or know the crucial data of the company, which is a very important data for the company. The company ने क्या किया? They when he was appointed, they also in the contract of his agreement, they said that कि ठीक है, let's do one thing. Whenever you are leaving this job at any cost, let's file a disclosure. Okay, non-disclosure that we say as a closing covenants. Whenever you are leaving this job, understand that you are not going to use the client that the company is having for your own business. He said, yes, 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 no, 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 don't worry. That's fine. So again, as I mentioned, he was at a position when he was aware that the company is having this 200 people as a client. Okay, fine. He was working there. After 5 to 6 years, what happened? He left the job. Okay. There was a similar type of business in the market, but the name was little different. And the business was in the name of the wife of the same Andrew. Same business, he kept the main person or the main face of the company as a wife, and he became the second holder, or rather we might say not the required person ki baba my decisions are not, I'm just a nominal partner, or no, sorry, a sleeping partner, or we might say just a non-executive director to the company, where I'm not managing anything, it's my wife who is managing everything. And slowly and steadily the major clients were being taken by this company A. So what do you think, the car company should file a suit against that Andrew or no? What do you think? They should file a suit against him or no? Whether the suit is maintainable? Yes, he's saying yes. Why? Yes, yes. The company can file a suit against that particular person and it will be maintainable. And understand here, the corporate veil will be lifted, because the person, apart from saying that he should not do this particular thing, he did it, he used for his personal benefit. Yes, so yes, so it was of defrauding the particular company and not maintaining the terms of the agreement, the employment agreement, because the closing covenants will always fall when you leave that particular job. So that was the main concern that he should have followed, but he did not. So yes, here the corporate veil was being lifted and the company was liable to sue that another person. Now let's see certain classifications of companies, rather we might say the types of companies. Let's first talk about the companies that are based on the liabilities. There is unlimited liability, there is liability limited, and there is a company dependable upon guarantee. Now, what is limited liability? If you remember that we have already seen a particular example where there were four people who brought 100 rupees. So the liability of each person or that each shareholder is only up to 100 rupees. Means what? The liability is limited. So the company is formed on the base of limited liability. Correct, Akash? The company is formed on the base of limited liabilities. And also, as I also mentioned that majorly 95% of the companies are limited liability. Yes, whatever the money they invest. Absolutely right, Chetna. Then exactly opposite to limited is what? Unlimited liabilities. तो ये unlimited मतलब क्या? The particular person is liable to not a specific extent. Means what? ऐसा नहीं है कि this much value only you will be liable for. Sometimes it might also happen that he would have to share his own assets to fulfill the creditor's value at the winding up. Means the liability is not limited, it is absolutely unlimited. Exactly. Then there is one more type of company which is known as company limited by guarantee. Now what is this company limited by guarantee? Now let me tell you, this is sort of non-profit organization. So here there are two bifurcations when I talk about company limited by guarantee. Yes. So here the directors, let's say if there are five shareholders, yes, someone has given a liability, yes, but a guarantee of that liability, yes. So let's say there are five directors or five shareholders, let's say. Okay. Now here, these five shareholders are giving a guarantee that they are about to pay a specific amount to the company whenever the company is in requirement of that particular thing, and that particular value will be used only for the business, and whatever the business the company is earning profits out of that business, that profit will not be shared by these shareholders. It will be again transferred to the business required, or out of that profit they might start something else business. Yes, so in case of company limited by guarantee, there is a guarantee that the particular shareholders are about to pay that particular liability or that sum of amount whenever it is required. And second important thing, any profits earned out of that particular guarantee or out of that particular share will not be given to those shareholders, rather it will be again used by the same company for the same business, to expand the business we might say, or for the some other purpose of the business. Similarly, we have one more type of company which is very much similar to known as company by guarantee, limited by guarantee. It is known as Section 8 companies. It is known as Section 8 companies. Always understand, any companies who are again a non-profit organization, but then, but then they are not company limited by guarantee. Why? Companies like, sorry, trustees, foundations, associations, committee. So any company who is investing in sports, science, education, welfare, all of this. So in all of this, again, see, they are not earning profits. Again, they are transferring to the same business. But are in this case the directors, or sorry, or the shareholders giving any guarantee that they are going to pay this much value? No. This is the basic difference between guarantee and Section 8 companies. Though both are the companies where the profits are not being used by the shareholders or divided between the shareholders and given back to the particular business, the main difference over here is the guarantee. May it is given a guarantee, and in case of Section 8 companies, they do not give any guarantee. And what are the main types of companies that include under the particular Section 8? It is foundation, association, council, federation. Yes, so all of this such organizations register themselves as a Section 8 companies. Can we say BCCI is a very good example of a Section 8 company? Yes, it is a sort of Section 8 company. Yes, then we have, let's say, based upon the association of peoples. Yes, so there is a public limited company, there is a private limited company, then we have one person company, which is also known as OPC. Yes, and then we have a sole proprietor, but which is now converted to OPC. So, what is this private limited company, public limited company? Yes. So, what is private limited company? Anything where the number of directors are quite restricted. So, minimum number of people or directors required to form any private limited company is two, and maximum is seven. Yes, so what is this private? So whenever you see any company which is private limited, always understand the particular company is being organized and is being what we might say formula doing business internally, that is within themselves, whatever the directors they are. Yes, but when we talk about public limited company, the minimum number of directors require is 7, and maximum is unlimited. Why it is unlimited? Because it is a public limited company. Public here, the capital raised by the company is through public, and in case of private limited company, the capital raised by the company is within their shareholders or within their directors. Yes, so this is a main difference. Here, the private company will require a prospectus to raise the particular finances. Here, the company, in case of private limited, they won't require a prospectus to raise the fund or capital. Here it is the directors who will decide whatever type of share or whatever type of investment it is required, they will decide among themselves and raise the particular fund. Then we were talking about OPC. Now let me tell you, Make in India, small enterprises, and many such categories fall under OPC, and the very beautiful gift given to the companies act as OPC. Because many time, yes, because many time what happens, this OPC does not have a benefit. Now what happens, OPC is known as one person company, where there is only one single person who has started the company. But fortunately, the Companies Act is telling that whosoever wants to start OPC, that is one person company, we give you an opportunity. We give you an opportunity. What is that opportunity? The opportunity is that you can register this one person company under Companies Act 2013. Also, the second important part is the status given to this one person company shall be the private limited company. So you will have all the benefits of private limited company. Then we have foreign company. So what is this foreign company? A company which has its own registered address out of India, but they are doing so. Again, understand, it has again become important aspect as per the company laws definition of foreign companies. Just having the office in the India will not make that company as a foreign company. It is very important for any company to have or to do the business. So what is important, the business can be done online as well. That is not problem. You can either do personal business or either you can do an online business. So for any foreign company to be a foreign company, it is important that they shall do the business or carry out a business in India. Only that company then will be said as a foreign company. Then again, it is government company. We have already seen what is government company. Yes, where the government is holding 51% shares in any company, that company becomes a government company. Then we have three criteria. That is, one is holding company. So the holding company is always one parent big company. Is always a one big parent company. Now, to this we have two options. To this we have two options. So, whenever any holding company is having 51% share in any other company, listen carefully. Whenever any holding company is having 51% share in any other company, then that other company becomes the subsidiary company to the holding company. Then that other company becomes the subsidiary company to the holding company. When the holding company basically is having or is holding only 25% shares, when the holding company is having only 25% shares in any other company, yes, then that other company becomes the associate company. Then the other company becomes the associate company to the holding company. So, whenever in subsidiary company, how much share the holding company will have? 51%. And in case of associate company, what percentage of share the holding company will have? Only 25%. Let me tell you, joint ventures has also been included under associate company. Now we do not have anything separate known as joint ventures companies. Okay. Now let's see how we can register any company. How we can register any company. Let's see the basic flow chart of registration process. Okay. The very first type is we need to select a proper business. Yes, and what exactly we need to conduct, the type of business we have to decide. Once we have decided the particular type of business, the similar like-minded people have come together. Now what is important for us is to select the name of the company. Now, whenever you are selecting any name of the company, always understand the name of the company should not resemble or should not be the same of the other companies which are already there in the market. Here also IPR, that is intellectual property rights, that is trademark, plays a very important and crucial role in selecting the company's name. Yes, we are also having a course on IPR also. Yes, where all the things are been like in case related to IPR has been uh, given very much into a practical manner. Yes, you select the name of the company. Then what is important, once you select the name of the company, you have to understand whether the director is having DIN and DSC. What is this DIN? Every director, every board of director or director whosoever is including themselves as a director to the company must possess DIN, that is director's identification number. This is a unique number. Yes, this is a unique number allocated by central government to that particular director. Yes, and if he is not having a DIN, he cannot be appointed as a director to that particular company. And what is DSC? DSC is known as digital signatory. Every again director has to have number 8. Yes, it is 8 numbers DSC in case of registration process of company. uh, DSC. So it is must for any director to have DSC and DIN. Now you have to file the form. Okay. So what is DSC? What is DIN? What is the exact form? Again, you will see everything in the company's course. Everything elaborately we will show in that. So there is this form that you have to file in. But again, understand whenever you are filing the form of registration of company, there are two important documents that has to file along with the filing of the company, registration of the company, that is MOA, yes Akash, and AOA, that is Memorandum of Associations and Articles of Associations. These both are the legally binding books which has to file. Either of you are not filing, the company will not at all get registered, let me tell you. Then once you file MOA, AOA, file everything, file the all forms, the certificates that are required, the declarations by the director, everything that is required, you place that form with ROC. ROC means registrars of companies, ROC. You submit that form to ROC, you get a birth certificate. What is this birth certificate? So birth certificate means nothing but a certificate of incorporation that is provided to a company, where the SIN number is also given. What is SIN number?
Corporate identity number.
Yes, company's identity number, SIN number is provided to a particular company. And once any company receives the certificate of incorporation, they will be able to start the businesses. Now, where all you are going to file these forms and where this complete registration process has to be done. So there is a website which is known as MCA. The website is known as MCA. Okay, so there is this Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Yes, .gov.in. There is this particular website. Yes, where all you can go and file the particular process, or you can complete the registration process. Please everyone jot down this particular website, that is known as mca.gov.in. Yes, this is a main website where all the company related work is being conducted. Yes, that is online filing, we might say, is conducted over here in MCA. In MCA. Okay. Yes. So, is there any career prospectus to understand a company law for any lawyer? Yes, there is a very important role. So there are many career opportunities why you need to know a company's act. See, whenever you are a corporate personality, yes, a corporate counsel. Yes. So in that case, where there is any dispute in regards with the company, who is the one who shall step forward is the lawyer, the legal counsel of that particular company, who will come forward and clear that dispute. So for that, the basic knowledge of company law is required. Then whenever any company is going for any mergers and acquisition, there is one part, not one, there are many parts, I might say, but one of the part is due diligence, which we know as DD. In that, again, the lawyers are holding a very important position when we talk about due diligence. Then drafting of various agreements, yes, various contracts, yes, for the companies. Again, it is very much important to know or to understand of, to have an understanding of the particular company law. So this is what it is very much essential whenever we are thinking of any corporate, to become a corporate counsel. So I think company law, to know the company law is very necessary, because not only the disputes, but the various forms that are available, the process that is required is to be known, so that whenever we are there and we are aware about that companies act, it becomes easier for us to file or to fight against that particular matter. Yes. So this is what all I had in case of company law. I have a small task for you all. It's a small exercise, of course. Can you see these 5 questions? Is the slide visible for you? Yes. Is the slide visible to everyone? Can I have the thumbs ups at your end? Yes. Can you see these 5 questions? Yes, everyone. Yes. Can I have the thumbs ups? Yes. You just have to tell me which. So you are a lawyer, okay? And you have, the client has come up to you with a certain situation. And as a counsel of that particular client, you have to tell them under exactly which type of company they can incorporate themselves. Under which type of company they can incorporate themselves. I'll read the questions. Please let me know under, and advise rather your client. So I am your client. Yes, and you have to, don't worry, I'll pay your fees. Do not worry. Yes, but please advise me under which category or which type we will be incorporating those companies. The very first question is, Mr. X, Mr. Y, and Mr. Z are planning to register a new entity under Companies Act 2030. The primary object of the company is not to earn the profits, just to promote the education, provide scholarships to underprivileged children, and run community library across India. Any income that is generated will be solely used for achieving these particular objectives. No dividends will be distributed to any members. Yes. So please advise on which type of company they should incorporate. Mr. X, Mr. Y, and Mr. Z should incorporate themselves. Yes, quickly. Section 8.
Section 8.
Yes, Krishna, Akash, both are saying section 8. Yes, anyone else? Which type of company you might feel? Yes, yes, it is section 8. Please participate. It's for you, not for me. Please participate. Chalo. Next question is, yes, the first answer was section 8. Then the second question is, Mr. A.
Private company,
Yes, yes, yes.
private company sector.
Ha, I'll read the question. Huh? 1 minute bus. Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C wish to start a company to manufacture eco-friendly water bottles, school water bottles. They agree to restrict the transfer of shares, limit the number of members to 200, and do not intend to invite the public to subscribe to its shares. Now, please advise to Mr. A, B, and C which type of company they might be able to incorporate. Yes,
Private company.
Akash is saying private, Krishna is saying private. Yes, it is private company. It is a private company. Question number 3. XYZ Limited is formed with an objective of expanding nationwide manufacturing of electronic goods. The company plans to raises the funds from public by issuing shares and do not restrict the transfer of share. It articles allows any member of shareholders. Identify the type of company XYZ is.
Public company.
Okay. Akash is saying public company. Krishna is saying public company. Great one. Great one.
Public company.
Yes, I'm taking a lot of time. I'm so sorry. I could not see the watch. I'm extremely sorry. Huh? I was just saying I could not see the watch at all. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Just two more questions and we will stop here. Yes, Mr. Ramesh, an Indian resident who wants to start a small IT consultancy firm. He is a sole member and does not want any additional shareholder. He nominate his wife as a nominee in case of his death or incapacity. Identify the type of company.
OPC.
Yes, it is OPC. Correct. Bharat Infrastructure Limited is incorporated with 60% of its paid up share capital that are held by central government and remaining 40% by private investors. Yes, the company is engaged in building highways, metro projects. Yes, identify the type of company it is.
Government company.
Sorry,
Government company.
the government company. Yes, yes, correct, correct. Yes, yes. So here we finish the introduction to company law. Hope the insights that I was able to give you have helped you to understand something of company law. Yes, if I would have gone fast, please spare me. Yes, and thank you for tolerating me for the whole hour. And it is, I think, more than 1 hour and 10 minutes I have taken of you all. I understand it's already about 9:30. You all will be there for dinners, awaiting dinners. But I am very, very pledged, like obliged to see all of you are there and patiently listening to me. Thank you so very much for attending
मैम
this session.
टाइम मैम टाइम का तो पता ही नहीं चला।
Sorry, sorry, Akash.
मैम टाइम का पता नहीं चला।
Are, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Akash. Thank you, Chetna. Hope this would help you. Yes, and I'm really again thankful to all of you that you all joined the sessions. Yes, over to you, Ria. Thank you so much, everyone, and all the very best to everyone.
थैंक
Thank
यू
you.
मैम।
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Ria, over to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ria. Thank you so much for this. Thank you. Yes, over to you. I'll leave the session. Everyone, bye bye. Good night and take care. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.